All right, so this next book we're going to be reviewing is Sharp Objects by Gillian. That was loud. Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. First and foremost, I always talk about the titles. Sorry, the book covers. I gotta say, this is one of the worst fucking book covers I have ever seen in my entire life, and I really do mean that lightly. Not only do you have the author name, and I'll put a picture of it. Not only do you have the author name bigger than the book title, you have it in the same color. So that's so much worse. That is so much worse. And insult to injury, it has all over it. It has on the top, New York Times bestseller, author of the #1 New York Times bestseller, Gone Girl. The bottom, keeps you reading. This book is amazing. It fucks your wife and does your chores while you're reading it. Oh, this is the greatest book I've ever read, and nothing comes close. Maybe the Bible. I hate that. I hate that. I hate when your book just has praise all over on the front. Like I don't understand what it is with writers and just this need, this desire to have your fucking book, all the praise you've gotten over the years on the cover of your book. I hate that. I really do not like that. Right? And just I could go on for hours about the book cover, but the point is, when I picked it up, I didn't know what I was getting into. Regardless, I grabbed the book, went into it, not knowing what to expect. That being said, this book is extremely strong. The characters are extremely well written. This is a longer book than the ones I read previously. It's 254, so almost double. The almost double of What Feasts at Night and Small Things Like These that I've been reading. And you feel the weight of that length because you spend time with the main character, you understand her, you really get her, if that makes sense. The characters that surround her, they have distinct personalities, and I really do mean distinct. The mother of the main character, her personality is extremely well written, so well written. It's like that trope where it's like if you hate a character in a movie, that means the actor is doing their job well. This book is a prime example of that because there are characters in here that you fucking hate, that you wish would die, that you wish would just not exist on the pages of this book, that you wish you could meet in real life and strangle with your bare hands. Like some of the characters here suck to read, and not in like not like suck in terms of quality, but suck like man, this person is miserable. Man, I hate this person. They're just an asshole, or something else, or they're just annoying. Sometimes the characters aren't even annoying or less assholes. They're just annoying, and you wish the scene could end because they really are annoying, and you just don't want to deal with it. And what makes it better too is that the main character that you're reading alongside with, what's her name again? I've completely forgot. Camille. The main character Camille, most of the times, for me at least, is thinking the exact same thing. So whenever there's a character that you hate, Camille probably hates them too. If you're annoyed of someone, there's a good chance Camille's going to be annoyed. And if you just want the conversation to end because you're bored out of your mind, Camille also wants to be out of there because you're bored out of your mind. So, what's it called? So it seems to me like the main author, Gillian Flynn, paid very close attention, studied very closely the personalities of each character, understood how it would be read, and made sure that it was read in respect to that feeling. So like if you were mad at the character, it's almost like she would try to piss you off just a little bit more just so you could really hate the character more. If you wanted to like the character, if she wanted you to like the character, she would find a way to make it more heartwarming for you to spend more time with the character, for you to really grow with this person, right? If she wanted to make you feel bad for them, you'd see the character sorrowfully. The main character would feel bad for them. You'd really see that heartwarming perspective worked well. If you wanted the conversation to be bored, the main character, funnily enough, would be there like thinking the entire time like I wish this would end. I really want this to end. Without making it boring. Like, well, if the conversation is boring, at least the main character is there with you, so it's interesting in that respect. That it's not just boring for the sake of being boring, right? It's not like the author's trying their very best to entertain you, but it's not. It's falling flat. It's more like the author knows it's boring, and it's intentional because they want you to feel what the main character is feeling, even if that feeling is not good. which I think was done very well. I think most books want to have a conversation play off a certain way. They want to make a certain tone for a character, and it either comes off too much on one side, too much on the other side, or just not at all. But Claire Keegan does a really good job of controlling that tone, of making sure that of controlling the tone, right? Really good job here. The characters do a really good job. The world building, I really had a visual of the town that we're spending in. It's by Illinois. It's like it's a couple miles out of Illinois, like an hour or two. So not a couple miles, but a good while. And you really picture the town. You really picture the characters you're setting in, and the pacing is done really well. There's always moments that are going to keep you attached and interested. There's scarcely slow moments, but I will say a huge straw side is the ending. The ending is very poorly done in my opinion because, and there's spoilers here. The book follows the murder of two girls, right? They were found strangled and their teeth removed. So very clearly, it's a serial killer who has a certain shtick for removing teeth, right? So they're finding out who it is, and the entire time we're finding culprits. No one's like dead set on who it is, but we are nailing things down. There's mysteries going around. There's like rumors. There's the classic who done it. There's what's it called? It keeps you guessing, right? It gives you clues about each character. Sometimes some character acts suspicious, then you figure out what it really is. Most of the times it's nothing, and it really makes you just sit there and think like, who would have done it here? Really, who would have done it? And unfortunately, and this is a big spoiler, at the very end, it's discovered that the mother of the main character and her sister were the culprits. They were the ones committing the killings, and that really sucks because it really doesn't feel like it builds up to that at all. It really just feels like it really just feels like the author was building up to something better, something more robust, something that just felt much more cohesive, I guess I would say the word is, something more much better articulated, and it just didn't come off that way. It came off as her trying to just think of someone, she thought of this cool serial killer murder mystery, but couldn't think of a cool serial killer to follow it up with. So as a result, you get this really cool mystery, but then the culprit is just it's just the mother, and it really feels like it at the end because like the one of the big mysteries is the teeth, right? Like people are wondering like why would you remove the teeth? What's the reason for removing the teeth? That doesn't make any sense. Why would you remove the teeth, right? Everyone's asking that. And at the end, the reasoning for removing the teeth is just, oh, I just liked it. Like that's the reason the murderer did it. The main girl did it. Not the main character, but the main like killer. Her reasoning for removing the teeth from the corpses is just, I just thought it was cool, right? Like that's just so unsatisfying to read. All that build up, all that mystery, and it's just, I thought it was cool. I thought that was sick. I gave this story pure. I was close to giving it a 4 out of 5. Oh no, yeah, I was close to giving it a 4 out of 5, but that ending really tore it down. That ending was extremely weak, and I just didn't feel like it was building to that at all. It really felt like she had something else in mind. Couldn't think of anything. It was just like, you know what? People are never going to see the mother coming, so we'll just do the mother, and it really sucked. What was it? It wasn't good. 3 out of 5 stars. Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. And yeah, and can't wait to read the next book.